Negative miles per hour. That's an interesting test.
Hi everyone, in this video we're going to find out what it's like to race a triathlon using only an Apple Watch. I'm going to take you along on a triathlon style workout using the top 2 apps for triathlon tracking, which are the Apple Watch Workouts app, which comes pre-installed on every single Apple Watch, and the Tracker app, which is a $10 app in the Apple App Store. Now, if you appreciate the fact that I used $10 of my very own money to do this review, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. But before we get into the workout, I want to talk about this app itself. The Tracker app is in the App Store, but it has a lot of mixed reviews, so I want to talk about some of those characteristics before we get started. So when you download this app from the App Store, no doubt you will notice that it does not have the greatest reviews possible. Now, a lot of people are talking about bugs and glitches that it has, and sometimes it advances too much during a workout, and we'll definitely look into all of those things when we do our tests. But I want to make sure that I test it effectively because it is the only app that I could find that does all of the tracking for the various sports in a very simple way. The only thing you have to do to move from swimming to transition to biking to transition to running is just push 2 buttons and you're on your way. It's really simple, and I want to see if that simplicity can actually get the job done. Once you download it on your phone, you will have it on your Apple Watch ready to go. So now that we have everything installed, the Tracker app, the Apple Watch Workouts app, I borrowed the Apple Watch from my wife so I could have both of them on a single wrist to do all of these tests. Let's get right into that workout. Okay, so the first part of this triathlon test workout is the swim. Normally I would be on my way to the pool right now, but I can't because of the global situation that we are in. But imagine that I'm on my way to the pool and we're just about to get set up for the start of the swim or the start of the swim portion of the triathlon race.
Okay, so to start off, we're gonna go into the Apple Workouts app on the first watch. We're starting a pool swim. See, this is probably one of the issues. We'd have to take forever. Okay, actually, do an outdoor swim for the workout. Okay, say okay. Then on this watch, we're gonna start our Triathlon Tracker, just right over here. We're gonna say triathlon, open water, start. Okay, let's hit it. Okay, finished the swim portion of the workout. Now it's time to enter the first transition, which is probably the most important part of this test. In the Apple Watch version, I'm going to be adding a new workout, so I just hit add new, and now I have to scroll all the way through until I find other. See, this is probably the part that I think is wasting a lot of time. Add workout, other. And it should start my next workout anytime now. Okay, so now we've started our second workout. These aren't really connected to each other, but now we're technically in transition 1. Now in the Tracker app, you're supposedly supposed to be able to click both of these at the same time and go into transition 1. Advancing, okay, so we got that. Is it really advancing though? It says advancing. Transition, okay, so now we've started our transition. That took a while, but we've started our transition. We're 5 seconds into it, and now it's time to go get prepped for the bike. Here we go. Okay, clearly not my fastest transition, but I'm not all that good at transitions anyway, so it's gonna be fine. I'll probably spend more time in transitions than on the regular sport workouts for this test, but hey, we're getting a pretty good test of these apps, so let's see what we can do. Finishing up the transition is pretty easy on the Apple Watch, essentially just adding a new workout. Now I go all the way down again. Having to find the workout is probably the worst part of this process. Let's see what we got here. Outdoor cycle, gotcha. And now on the Tracker, all we should have to do is tap these 2 buttons. Oh, it says advancing, here we go. Let's see if it works. Okay, time to hit the bike. It says we're moving though. Negative miles per hour. That's an interesting test.
Okay, so some thoughts from the bike. Everything worked out great. The apps both worked fine. I didn't accidentally hit the crown and the end button like I was a little bit worried about. and some of the reviews talk about. The distance was good. I will say that the Apple Watch workouts did end up about 0.03, 0.04 above, and I only went about 2 miles. So I'm not sure if that would continue to get worse with longer distances, but the distance was just a little bit off, and it was steadily increasing in its discrepancy throughout the workout. So let's enter transition 2.
Okay, so we just finished our bike workout and we have both the watches still running on the cycling. Let's start with the Apple Watch again so we keep things consistent. Add a new workout. We need another workout. There it is. Maybe it gets a little bit easier as you do this more times. They'll start to be closer to the top of that list. Now on this one, let's try. Okay, it says advancing. I do like that it says that, and the colors are quite nice. That helps. I think one of the bigger issues that people had is that you accidentally hit it twice. So as long as you see that advancing word, you know it's continuing. Okay, and we are in the transition. So a 20-second difference between them, but we made it to transition 2. Let's get changed for the run. Okay, so we are all changed and ready for the run. Just about to start the running portion of this workout and exit transition 2. So on the Apple Watch, as per usual, we'll start a new workout. We're looking for an outdoor run. There it is. Start that. And overall, pretty seamless, I'd say, for the Apple Watch. It's not too difficult. I think the timing and having to search through that list is probably the most difficult part. Now for this one, simplicity is definitely where it wins. You just hit that, it says advancing. Supposedly we're entering the run. Okay, here we go. Okay, kind of a warm day here in Arizona, so nice quick run. But both the apps did quite well. Heart rate looks good. Average mile was good. It is a little frustrating that it only gives you average mile on the run. I tried to do a little bit of differentiation, so some jogging, some walking, some sprinting. Everything held up pretty well. The distances are exactly the same, so that's doing a pretty good job. All in all, I think the running workout was a success for both apps. And if I'm honest, I don't think that this app really is a replacement for like a bike computer or a regular running/cycling watch. It's really more for just tracking your triathlon in the background. So in doing that, it's been doing a really good job. So let's finish the race. Okay, the race is done, run is finished. We've done all of the aspects of our little test triathlon. So to end it, Apple Watch is pretty easy, end your workout. And it actually shows a summary of everything you did, which is quite nice, and it does give you a total time for your workout. The only thing is you did lose a few seconds in each of the transitions selecting that workout. Now here, in the Tri Tracker, we just hit those 2 buttons, advancing. We wait for a few seconds as usual. Keep waiting. There we go, looks like we rock. Okay, it gives us a time for all our swim, transition, bike. We hit okay. And that's it. Excellent. Now our history, we got our triathlon from today. We got another triathlon from 2017, which is interesting. We'll have to look into that because I definitely got this app only a few days ago. But very cool. Now we just got to check out the data and do a recap.
Okay, so having completed the workout, I will say I did not intend initially to recommend a $10 app, but that looks like what we're going to be doing. It worked great. It was very simple and easy to use. I didn't have any problems during my workout. I did not see the glitches that were mentioned on the reviews in any of those workouts. So I will say I recommend it. I recommend the Tri Tracker app. I think it's a good one. Unfortunately, it does cost $10, and I think as I was doing the race, I was trying to think about, is it worth $10, honestly? And when you think about all of the costs that go into triathlon in general, it's quite an expensive sport, so maybe it's priced accordingly, and I didn't have too much of an issue with that. Now, talking about the app itself, compared to the Apple Watch Workouts app, which is good, it just took way too long to be shuffling through menus, especially when you're tired, probably a little bit sweaty. It may not work as well on the watch face using the touch, but the Tri Tracker app has the actual physical buttons that you use to move forward. I was concerned that at some point during the shuffle of getting everything done, changing out of transitions, you might accidentally hit those buttons. I didn't see that happen, but it's probably something you want to be careful about. I will say pushing the crown and the side button makes it a lot easier to transfer from one sport to a transition to another, and so on throughout the race. One thing that I noticed at the end of the workout was that my wife's Apple Watch, which is actually an Apple Watch 3, was at 87% battery, and that's the one that was using the Apple Watch Workouts app. And my watch, which was using the Triathlon Tracker, which is a Series 2, actually still at 100% battery. So that probably isn't a fair comparison between the two. I know my wife gets a lot more messages and notifications than I do, but I do think it's good to note that the Triathlon Tracker app did not take a significant battery drain out of my watch, which is probably great if you're planning on doing a longer race. My total workout was under an hour, so if you're planning on an 8-hour Ironman, you definitely want to be considering how long your battery is going to last during that race. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about is metrics and data during the actual race. Now on the Triathlon Tracker app, you do not have a lot of metrics to look at all. Essentially, you get one for each of the different sports compared to 4 or 5 on the Apple Watch Workouts app. Now, specifically, I think in the swim it was your average 100, on the bike it was your current speed, and in the run it's your average mile pace. Now that may be useful, but it is just a single metric and is not all that helpful unless it's something specifically that you're looking for. So as far as simplicity, it does a great job, but it's not going to have a lot of the metrics that you may be looking for or are used to from another bike computer or a running specific watch. Okay, now going into the Triathlon Tracker app itself on your phone after the workout or the race is complete, you'll notice that it does not have the cleanest or newest user interface, but it does have your triathlon tracked. You can go in there and see the GPS maps and your transition time for transition 1 and 2. Other than that, not a whole lot. It has a share button, but it's almost unusable. So it has the data, and that's the best part about it. You can export that data and send it to Garmin or Strava or wherever you need to, but using it in the actual Triathlon Tracker app itself is not one that I would recommend. It's kind of just there to hold the workout itself and not a whole lot more. So as far as doing what it needs to do and tracking your triathlon, I think it's great. All the frills though, it does not have. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the recommendation, and I will say from the test that I ran, I will recommend the Triathlon Tracker app, which you can get on the App Store for your Apple Watch. And if you have a newer Apple Watch, you can download that directly from the watch itself and just start using it. Go ahead and race a triathlon or do a triathlon workout in your house because of the situation that we're all in. But thanks for watching the video, I really appreciate it. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up. I know I've probably asked for that too many times in this video, but it really does help out the channel, so I appreciate it. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week in the next video. Thanks.